What's up, YouTube? Alright, so it's been a little while since I've gotten back to y'all. Been a lot of changes. Told y'all I got rid of all my frogs in here. Well, not all the frogs in here, but the barking. I did get rid of the female that was in here. I could not get her eating properly. A couple of the little guys we've road herped. This is the one, and on the road he still got a little dark spot. That little spot was black when we got him. It appears like it was an open wound, and you can see that back on that one of the last herping trips. I'm not sure, right before we found these, maybe in that same herping trip we found the parents for the tadpoles. You can see another one's in there. Got another one in here. They're still really skittish. This green one over here is done a lot better. He'll feed in front of me. They've got a little bit of food. This water's getting nasty too. That one had a cricket eating that. Had a cricket pull the tadpole that was in there out. Unless the tadpole grew legs. This tadpole was like teeny tiny for a long time. And recently he's just started spurting up like in growth. So we'll see what happens on that. I put a lot of them. I put a lot of these tadpoles all over the place just to see different results. These in here we had a nightmare with. This is a UV sterilizer pump. It's kicked up pretty good. You can see the tadpoles. I hope that one's not dead. But anyway, I lost about a dozen. These that are left have been doing a lot better. Some of them do have legs already. Let's see if I can keep glare to a minimal. Yeah, not really. So these guys lost weight. Literally lost 12 or so in about 2 days. All the tadpoles lost weight, were basically not eating at all. And I was like, I was panicking. I was really worried about what's going on with the worm situation. I guess it's a Detritus, or I don't know how to pronounce that properly, and the planaria. Planaria are evidently what are possibly going to be harmful. I'm not sure. Those were, I believe, a little shorter. They do have just a little dink on the sides of their heads, and that's where I came to the conclusion about the planaria. I did not use a microscope or anything like that. Just want to clarify. So I'm sure we can still find a couple. Like right here's a little worm. I don't believe the GoPro will actually focus on any of these. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Here's one. This little guy. I don't know if I can get the lighting or the angle right, but he's just above the water level. Right there. And that is 100% a worm. So those were literally all of a sudden all over my glass on this side. They were starting to come across here, but all the tadpoles started grouping up in this section, almost like they were hungry and going after food, but that was not the case. They all started looking bad. A few of them, like you see their outer layer, a few of them started to get spots that were like eaten of just the topical layer of skin. And I really, at that point I knew it was the worms, but I didn't know how to handle the situation. And literally within the first day I was doing water changes over and over and over, trying to help oxygen levels or whatever. I came to the conclusion of UV sterilizer. Yes, it makes the water temperature drastically higher. But everybody's lively now. We have little baby frogs, and that's something I want to get to. Are those right there? Okay. So first, let's look at, here's my Qriket collection. See what I got going on, guys. These are what I'm breeding. I know we've discussed this. I know I've had video of issues. So I know I've had issues I've shared about the crickets. These are both barking tree frogs. Oops. Very young. Brand newborn. But there's one in here in particular that I would like to get on camera. Let me pull that out. Alright, so this one in particular, I don't know where the GoPro is actually going to focus. But this one in particular, see if he'll jump. Come on, bud. There we go. His colors. Looks like a Cuban tree frog. So this in particular is going to be one variant that people are going to be very confused about. But I find this really great looking frog. I'm gonna get him off there. Let's watch this go down. Alright, so I put my flashlight on top, make it look brighter, a lot brighter. Unfortunately, I got this cord right here right now. Could have ran it aside, but I wanted the water to circulate the way I had the other pump thing hooked up. Aerator. So you can see them. See where all the bubbling is splashing. Maybe you'll see it right in the little crevice down in there. The little brown ones there. There's actually another one right next to it in there. The same little area. Oh, we're gonna take some really, really small ones. Let's see. Take you guys off my head so I can get this. Make sure I get it, so I'll pop it. Some of these I don't think I've actually eaten, but I had two others in here. I'll show you guys those in a minute. There. Probably not going to be able to see them eat. And I normally just feed them and walk away, find them later, munch them down. I'm trying to get the smallest ones. I'm putting some of these in with the other frogs. I feel like there's not enough for the size of the environment. Well, that one's a lost cause. Down here. Nah, he'll survive. These things are more resilient than what I normally get from the pet store. Just, they survive. Oh, so much better. There's one, and there's one. There's two more. So we'll have to go get a couple more for the other end. I don't want to put so many in that they harm the little frogs. I know how brutal these things can be. I've already watched them eat a tadpole out of the water. I didn't see him pull it, but I saw him holding it. In fact, I'll even do this so I don't mess with anybody. Put a little bit, oh, there, they get another. Put a little bit of oatmeal for these guys. This way it doesn't go anywhere. And for these other three, oops, like I said, falls in the water and tadpoles will eat it. That's another issue, which I can fix now. This one over here is already sealed. And these are all from the same clutch of eggs. There's no variation in parents or anything for any of these. I haven't mixed any outside tadpoles in with these, but I have mixed these in with my outside tadpoles. With that being said, let's go check on them. So before we get that far, let me discuss something that I've got different in variation with my gray tree frog. The head. You see the little white patch? You can actually see it right now. But usually that is not visible for mine. See the markings? Very bland. You can see the orange. Did you just step on his foot? Huh? Is his foot okay? Oh yeah, it is. I was like, what the heck? This one's usually pretty comfortable with us. That's the one we hand feed. In fact, since I said I was going to put these other crickets, the other crickets are not for him. These other crickets are for those babies. That little guy right there. And his little friend is tucked all the way back in there. So this is the only two currently in this tank. After some of these others get a little bigger. Where's the one? Oh, we took it right next to it. With some of these, oh, you can see the brown ones looking. Once these get a little bigger, I'll be putting them in that tank. But just for right now, it's easiest for me to keep an eye on them instead of them vanishing in there and not knowing their health. If I have any issue, I will. These I'm not having any issues with them eating. Moss again is fake in here. Well, not fake, but it's not living. The plant definitely is living. I need to clean it. I need to wipe its branches down. I haven't done that in a while. You can see big cricket. There's a few in here still. I just, there's not a whole bunch, so I do try to keep the numbers up. That frog has gotten really obese. The weight's looking a lot better right now. So I'll probably start feeding it more often again. But like I said, as of right now, those are the only 3 frogs that I currently even have in this tank. And we're just going to keep the numbers low for a bit. Release when we want specific colors, and we'll try to keep just a couple for any big tanks that I do finally work on and complete. So let's go look at the tadpoles outside. Alright guys, so here's one of the other environments that they've been in the beginning. I put a couple out here. You can see how they're getting their spots. Here, let me Let me take you guys off my head real quick. That way, we can actually see what's going on a little bit. So, these didn't lose weight. There are some smaller ones in here. There were quite a few. Look how small that one is. These are all barking. I've kept the screen on here best I can to keep things down. Wow, that's a lot of snails. Damn, that is not my bristle nose. So, my bristle nose, I believe, are no longer with us. I believe my tadpoles ate them. Yeah, this looks like a wild one. That guy right there looks like the wild one that we just got. And he's huge. Very fat already. If it was an albino, I'd be really freaking happy, but haven't seen him now for over a week. Over a week. Let's see how. Yeah. He's looking like he's a normal. Can't tell. Cannot tell with the pump where it is. Oh yeah. Definitely can tell now. Sorry guys, I was aiming y'all up. Can see it from this angle, or I can. Definitely can tell that's a wild one. That sucks, but I mean we've still got one. I'm surprised I survived in this. Like they have. But as you can see, snails are also starting to take over, which is crazy because I haven't added these in here. We've had the ram's horn for a while, but I think they actually popped up in here with the moss when I added that from the guy I got them from. Anyway, let's go check out the backyard and see what's going on. So, we got first here. Oh wow, look at this. It is a bullfrog. Actually, get off my head again. That is a bullfrog and a Cuban tree frog. Will it cause reproductive problems? I don't know. I mean, really. There's two more, both males. You can see their vivid colors. All these are invasive, and these are why I'm trying to breed the locals. Because I feel like the locals need some help. Now, if you look right here, right down there, is a bluefin killifish. So down there is a bluefin killifish. Oops, I just touched him. And that one didn't even knock that one off. What the hell? That's just crazy. So, a Cuban tree frog on the back of a bullfrog. And that's a young bullfrog, very young. As you see, not a one tadpole in here. Okay, so this is full of Cuban tree frog tadpoles. Was full. I flushed it. Like, ran. Look, there's one single barking right here. See the yellow lines down the head? It's the best identifier I have for it. The tail doesn't always come up the body. That one down there I can't tell. I see a tadpole though. All the plants in there are alive. So we're all pull for aquariums and stuff. And that's also, if you watched my last video where I released all of the barking tree frogs in this area. I mean, right now it's a jungle back here. Everything's gotten overgrown. We've had rain. I didn't put anything in here, but my dead ones from inside when I cleaned, I put those in there. Okay, so You can see a few barking tree frogs swimming around, the bigger ones. Yeah, those are too. So I put quite a few in here, but recently there have been other frogs also born in here. There's a little guy, that's a barking. There's a leech. Okay, the rocks, I put some fish in here. Mosquito control. These are sailfin molly. I needed something for mosquito control. And then these, I'm not really sure what these are yet. This tank was fairly bare. You can see in one of my other videos how I set this up, what I did, and then within a couple hours, dang, I'm pretty sure that is like hair algae, and that is not mine. Wow, and it's growing around the moss. Fudge. I wonder if tadpoles will eat that. I'm gonna leave it for now and see what happens. I can clean this tank. The bare tanks are easier to get rid of that stuff. It doesn't grow any rocks because there are none. But even though I do have a few. And then this tank down here, snails in it too. I set it up. Frogs haven't touched it yet. That doesn't mean they won't. But snail population is definitely out of control. I got to set up the other two aquariums. One's right here. I don't want to drain it till the tadpoles are gone, or at least the barking tree frog ones. Everybody in here, obviously, who knows. Okay, so I've been looking at some articles online about how the university students and other people catch natives, promote natives, and all that kind of thing. I have seen my natives in my tubings. So what I've done is I put some tubing in my pond, trying to help promote some natives. Will it work? Who knows? If it doesn't, I do see them in these tubes all the time. All the time. Oh, that's nobody's in there. There's spider webs in that one. And this one, nobody's in there. There's a dead roach in that one. So, the tube originally, look at that. It's not red-eyed. That baby tree, no, he's definitely, but look, he's not red-eyed. I'm 99% sure that that's a baby Cuban tree frog. But I don't see the red eyes. You know what else? I don't see any blue bones. Huh. So hopefully, there you go, little guy. Hopefully that's not a Cuban tree frog. The gold shine, or the copperish shine, usually is. But the eyes are not red, and I don't see any blue bones. So I'm not going to remove that one. Well, I've definitely removed a lot of tadpoles out of this thing for the goby to eat. He eats a gazillion of them, and then he turns around and just kills them. That's weird. Very weird. First ones he'll eat, though. He'll swallow them up. Anyway, hope you guys liked this. Keep in mind about the worms I talked about earlier in the beginning. That was why I started this, really. So people are like more educated about what the rest of us see. So hopefully it'll help others in the future, and hopefully if possible others will be able to recreate and test these hypotheses. This hypothesis? That's better. So anyway, like, subscribe. You guys have a safe week. Maybe I'll give you some more content. Yeah. Still got the fish from North Carolina. Maybe I'll add that video in. They're just surviving. If we make it to the winter, they'll do really well because it'll get cold as shit. And we'll get to see how these acrylic tanks handle the cold. My thought is they'll be fine. The glue, the seals, that's a little questionable. Figure out what like Marine Land or SeaWorld uses on their acrylic to bond them, and I might be in better shape. But you guys have a wonderful evening, and be safe. Wait. Hold on just a second. You gotta hold on just a second. I totally forgot about this. Okay, we were talking about the tadpoles and different places that I've put them. I did put a couple in here. There's also a bigger one in there. Well, there he goes. So there are a couple tadpoles in here. Remember the moss situation? We talked about this, and I'll bring it up again when I redo a moss video, I guess. Or my moss tank update. Something. Anyway, so this had moss or an algae. You can still see it up there. And from what I've seen, everywhere that algae grows, moss starts growing. So I was leaving patch about yay big with the moss growing, or the algae growing, to watch the little spines of moss start to grow. Tadpoles ate it all. There was only like maybe 5 in here. I've put some other frogs in here as well, tree frog type tadpoles. There were 2 tadpoles I got in North Carolina that were like completely white, and mainly because of the mud that they were living in. And I was like, I want to see what these are. Kind of looked like barking. I'm not really sure though. Yeah, one of them got legs. I saw him tucked in the corner and never got to pull him out, and I haven't seen him since. Did he crawl out? Possibility. There are crickets still in here. You guys, right in there was a cricket the other night, walking on the moss. It looks like the moss has a little more matting to it right now, like something's been crawling around. But anyway, I just want to update. The ones in here I feel like are more green, like greener tint. You can see everything that's going on. Kinda. Oh, there's a real little one. What the heck? That thing is so small. Look, that thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can't even see it at this angle. That's what rocks are for. That's why you put rocks on your base. But when you don't put rocks on your base, there's better flow. It's kind of like a real fine sand that never moves. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, I'll leave it there. Obviously, I've left some other plants in here that I was trying to root out. This thing might stay. I like the red flare. It adds to the environment. Yeah. I got that flowing the wrong way now. Most of the NC stuff has died. This has regrown. And that up there was trying to, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe too much water flow. You can see the water goes down and flows under that whole thing back there. There's some turned piece of acrylic I bent and put it back there. I was hoping to channel the water differently. I had a different idea, but didn't quite go through with it years ago. Did what I wanted in the waterfall sense. But I'm not as skilled in the building. I've tried cutting glass. I'm not that skilled, so in the future it's going to be acrylic, probably stuff I can do with with the router, cut was, and well, obviously I've got 2 big tanks that I'll be able to do something with. One's that probably going to stay a water tank for a while, the other's in the garage and needs to be taken care of. Anyway, have a good evening, guys. I'm out this time. Like, subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you guys content, and hopefully in the future I'll have more exciting adventures to share. Alright, I got work tomorrow too, so good night, guys.